All right, guys, not sure if you can hear me, but here we have a property in Pebble Creek. This one just hit the market, and I'm touring this for a client. So the first thing I notice is that we have power lines over there to the side, and we have a huge lot, but not a lot of it is usable. So it goes all the way down to right here, and the lot extends all the way down. So you have a good sized driveway because of it, but your lot, your house is pushed back a good bit. So when I'm looking up here, the first thing I see, I don't know if this comes up on camera, but there's a lot of pigeon proofing. I don't know if Spider-Man was here or not. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a lot of wires that we have for pigeons. I see them a lot in Pebble Creek, the birds and things like that, but I'm thinking there's more simply because of the power lines over there. It's the only thing I can think of. Sometimes when a home is vacant, you'll also see that as well. There's a lot of pigeon proofing that they put up there. And I don't see any birds here, so it must be working. It's just something to notice. And I didn't even notice it the first time I walked into the house. But good sized door as we walk in. We'll open this bad boy up. This looks pretty good. This model typically is sectioned off, and they actually usually have a partition or a wall here. But these guys actually opened it up, and it actually feels really good, better than most of the times that you get in this model. The number one feedback I get from this model is that it's very choppy. So they made this a little bit more modern. They did an amazing job with this kitchen here. They put an island in here because typically, again, there's a wall that goes right here at the end of this island, and the refrigerator usually sticks in there, but they moved it over this way and along with the little pantry that they have there. So they did a pretty good job with this one. So one of the things that my client wants to see is the garage. So we're going to head that way and take a look. Ellie, this is for you. So they have a lot of cabinets in here in this garage, which some people would like. But if you're parking two cars in here, it's going to be tight. What I like to do is look in these corners here where the garage door ends and the wall ends, and that's how much space you're typically going to have to open your door. With these cabinets here, you're gonna have a lot less space. Now in Pebble Creek, there's a lot of people that only have one car. Believe it or not, if you're not in Pebble Creek, that might sound strange, but a lot of the couples or the families, they're doing everything together. This is an active adult community. If you're not aware of Pebble Creek and Goodyear, that's what happens. We have a hot water heater, looks a little bit shinier. The air handler looks a little bit older. It's a train unit. You can tell by the name. Trains have like the best reputation. So definitely want to check the splits on it. But overall, garage looks like a garage. Let's take a look at the rest of the house. So one of the things that my client wanted to take a look at is the backyard. So we're going to sneak over there and take a look at it. So as of right here, it looks beautiful. Good sized backyard. Even though you're kind of close to your neighbor, these bougainvilleas, as long as they're growing, they're going to give you a lot more privacy. One thing I do notice, those power lines. You can't really notice from the inside because that pillar is like positioned perfectly to kind of block it. And then you got this side yard here. They put in a little babbling brook, so to speak, little fountain here with this guy here. You know, say, hey, want to be on my video? Little baseball guy there talking to a turtle. You can see that. But this is this property here. And then you can see that unit on the side. The AC unit is what I'm looking at too. Is that something that we have to budget for repair for? When I'm looking at property, especially virtually for my clients, I'm looking for staining on the side of the property as well from condensate lines. But this is not a spring chicken in regards to units. As you can tell, it looks a little old, but it doesn't mean it doesn't work. Doesn't mean it's not going to last another 5-10 years, but it's rare for it to last that long. But it is shaded. Usually that helps it last a little bit longer, things like that. So let's take a look over this way. It's a nice backyard. And I see a little gate here. One thing that this one does have, it has a separate exit for the master. They're not using it, but they still have it available. I'll show you that when we get in there. So let's go take a look at the master. So this vaulted ceilings in here, these vaulted ceilings feel really good. They did a good job with it. but the master is this way. So let's take a look. So we have our bath. We'll take a look at that in a sec. But looking at our master, it's a decent size. It's a decent sized master bedroom. And then this is the separate exit. So typically if you had like a pool or something like that, this would be awesome. But they just put the dresser there, a little chair. I don't think they use it, but you do have it. Sometimes you'll see a bay window bump out where this is recessed a little bit. They didn't opt for that option, and I think it's probably right because you'll lose that little bit of backyard that you got on the other side of this window if you bumped it out too much. So let's take a look at the bath, the master bath. So nothing to write home about here. This master bath, we have, cultured marble. We have a tub. The tub takes up a good amount of space in the floor. So there's not a lot of walk room, actually. If you look, there's only like one tile width. So it makes it feel a little bit tight here. And then this is just how this model is set up. So you got door number 1, which is your closet. It's narrow, but when you get in there, it opens up just a bit. And then you have door number 2, which is actually going to be your water closet, or what I like to call it, the poopy room. You're going to have that there. So very tight space. And then, of course, your shower is here. And then just cultured marble, nothing to write home about. They spent all of their money in that front living area. And then as we go to the secondary bedroom, there's only one because this is Pebble Creek. There is normal to have a 2-bedroom home and a den, and this is your secondary, or this is the bathroom that the guests would be using, things of that nature. And then this is your second bedroom. So this is, feels like it's almost the size of the master, but this is a really good sized bedroom. Here in the front, the opposite end of the house, the acoustics even change in this room. And when you open that door, you have a little closet in there, a good sized closet too. Good sized little closet. So this has been our tour of Pebble Creek, and I hope you like it.